you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, love, attraction, all of that juicy goodness. In this video, I wanted to share a few things that happened to me on my birthday. There were some really magical moments, how spirit shows up for us always. And we have something called divine appointments. And I also got guidance to pull a page from Eckhart Tolle or Tolle, I'm not sure how you say his last name, The Power of Now. I kind of dove deep into Eckhart's work back in 2018 when I first spiritually awakened. And anytime I feel like my ego is getting the best of me, I always go back to his work. And lately, I've been having so much joy in my life that I feel like that's when the ego, if you guys did not know this, your ego will try to pull you down from change. Like if you're changing, if you're finding peace in your day, you don't need the ego, right? There's no job for it. The ego is looking for control. It's looking to control outcomes. It's looking to tell you that you don't have enough. The ego is always wanting to solve a problem. So when we're in a peaceful state, there's no problem to solve. So then the ego is like, well, I don't have a job right now. So let me create a job. Let me poke my person and instill some fearful thoughts or some doubt, or make them start thinking about how their bank account isn't where it should be. And then you just had a really good 24 hours, and then all of a sudden you're thinking negative thoughts. And this is what self-sabotage is. So when people are self-sabotaging their life, it's because they're not aware that we have to be present in the moment, in the now, and become mindful of that thought that is coming in and telling us that we're not allowed to be peaceful, that we're not allowed to have the beautiful relationship. Our mind will then go to look for what's wrong with the relationship. And we do not want to do that. We want to look for what's right. We want to be excited for how good it can get. So this starts with my birthday. I did an acupuncture session with this beautiful man named Caesar. He's so magical, so good. And we worked together for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And he taught me so much about Chinese medicine, about our belief systems. And I feel like in that session, he worked on my gallbladder meridian, which your gallbladder represents your magic, your ability to see your future and how amazing it can be, right? So in life, if we are focused on the ego and we're thinking about all the things that are not good, and we're thinking about how life isn't going to get better, then our organs are actually going to suffer because of that. Our body is going to get kicked out of alignment, and then we have to be pulled back into alignment through these sessions, working with healers, working with guides. So he was working on my gallbladder meridian, and I was laying on my side, and he was taking my rib cage and he was separating it and moving it all aside. And all of a sudden, as soon as he did that, I had this huge wake up moment of my gifts. Like, just I could see, it was almost like a flashback. I could see when my gifts were activated, when I could start reading people, when I could connect with loved ones that had passed. And it was like he opened my body back up to be able to do more of that work. And my nose is running as I'm saying that, so that's proof too. So anyway, I leave acupuncture, I come home, I get a snack real fast, which I normally would not do. I would just go right and run my errands. I had to go to the UPS store. I had to go to Whole Foods. So I was like, you know what? I just need a couple bites of my pasta that I made the night before. So I came home, got a few bites, got back in my Bronco, went to the UPS store. Well, I do my thing at the UPS store. I was mailing my niece a gift at college, and I'm leaving the store. And all of a sudden, I see this woman, and she's carrying 3 big boxes. I'm talking like if I was standing up, I'm 5'5". So if I was standing up, the box was from the ground to my head. And she's carrying 3 of them. One's in one hand with her phone on speakerphone talking to somebody, and she's in the parking lot, and the 2 other boxes drop on the ground. So I see this woman, and I'm like, something tells me, Michelle, go carry 2 of those boxes all the way into the store, not go pick them up and just give them to her. Let me go pick them up and carry them into the store. So I go over to her, and she's like, no, you don't have to help. I'm like, please. I was like, all feminines deserve to be provided for. And she was like, you don't know how much I needed this. And I was like, really? She goes, I lost my husband this month, and we were together for 30 some years, and he was my best friend. And I said, well, you're not going to believe this. And she's like, what? And I was like, guess what I do for a living? And she's like, what? And I was like, I'm a psychic medium. I'm an intuitive reader. I was like, I feel like your husband is with us right now, and he used me to help you pick up those boxes, meaning he's always with you. And if he was here, he would have been carrying them for you. She goes, yes, he was such a doer. He was always doing things and taking things out of my hand for me. And it was so incredibly powerful that she was believing now in the fact that he's always with her because I did that. We ended up staying together. I walked her all the way into the store. We started sharing everything. I started sharing about my work and how I got started and my daughter. And she looked at me and she's like, what are the odds of me running into you in this parking lot right when I dropped the boxes? I was like, I know. And I was like, I actually went home to grab a snack before I came here. And I had just left acupuncture and I almost went right to the UPS store, but I stopped to grab a snack. So I was like, see what your husband did? I was like, he made sure that I was in the right spot, the right time. I was like, trust in the universe, trust in God. We have these divine appointments and they're so perfect. And we are always literally being brought exactly what we need. And I channeled some messages through from her husband to her about her selling her house. She was like, how did you know I was selling it? And I was like, he wants you to know that he wants you to sell it and you need a fresh start. And he said, stop worrying about money. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so stressed about money. She's like, I can't believe I'm talking to him right now. So I was full blown connecting with her husband. And it was right after my acupuncture session where Caesar was working on my rib cage. And I think he activated something to cause my gifts to enhance even more. So I wanted to share that feel good story because I want you all to trust that if you're going through loss, if you're going through a grieving process, if you are gifted and you're wanting to share your gifts, you have to be willing to do the uncomfortable thing. Like I heard my guide say, Michelle, go help that woman carry the boxes into the store. Don't just pick them up for her and like keep walking to your car. I literally went back into the store with her, stood in the store with her, talked to her. I was willing. This is what it is. A lot of people are not willing to pause their day for others because they're scared their schedule's going to get all mixed up and oh no, what if I don't make it here on time? But I live from a space of if I am rerouted, it's divine. It's a divine appointment. I'm meant to be there. I'm going to take all the time I need. I can be late to the next thing. I can contact a client and be like, sorry, I'm running late. I know that they will understand because I teach this. And I want you all to not be so rigid with your day. I want you to be open. I want you to be free flowing. And the more we're in the present moment, which I'm going to pull a page from this now, the more we're in the present moment, the more we realize that is the magic. When we're present and we're awake to what's in front of us and what spirit and God is literally giving us, we start to really dance with life a little bit more. So let's pick a page and see what Eckhart wants to tell us today. Left side, second paragraph. Okay, it says, so once you recognize the root of unconsciousness as identification with the mind, so when you're unconscious, you're identifying with the mind, which of course includes the emotions you step out of, you become present. When you are present, you can allow the mind to be as it is without getting entangled in it. The mind in itself is not dysfunctional. It is a wonderful tool. Dysfunction sets in when you seek yourself in it, mistake it for who you are. It then becomes the egoic mind and takes over your whole life. How perfect is that? So this is all about ending illusion. So you're ending the stories that the ego has been telling you. You're not listening to them. You're pushing those beliefs aside. So you're choosing not to believe what the ego is telling you. The ego is always going to create lack. It wants to control and it wants to see what's going to happen next. It needs the answers desperately. So when you find yourself in sadness, it's usually because you're in lack. You feel like you need something. You need money. You need a person. That causes us to be sad. When we are angry, we are coming from the belief of control. Like we don't have control of something, so we get angry about it. And then the frustration is when we want to be able to control the outcome. We want to see what's going to happen next. We want to fix people. That develops such frustration and such a lack of peace. So coming out of those three ego beliefs, we go into the present moment. We allow spirit to move us to who we're meant to see. We have these divine appointments. And we trust that if we stay present and get out of the ego, our life starts to become this magical unfolding where everything is always working out for us because we're not trying to control anything. We realize, okay, if this thing doesn't come in, I'll be fine either way, but I still deep down know I really, really want it. So I'm going to hold the faith, but I'm not going to be trying to control the outcome. So this video is a reminder to step out of the ego, become aware of where it's trying to tell you you're in lack. You need to control something, and that you're not going to be happy without something. Those three ego beliefs will keep you in suffering. And we do not want to be in suffering, because when we get out of suffering and we work with healers, guides, and we start to dance with life and we go to places and we have these divine appointments, that's how life is supposed to be lived. We're not meant to be driving to a store only thinking about what we don't have. We need to be driving to places going, universe, bring me magic today. I always say this prayer at the start of every day. Universe, where will you have me go? What will you have me do? Who will you have me see? What will you have me say? Bring me all the magic today. And you're just inviting God, source, universe, angels, guides into your reality to move you to what you need and to how other people might need you. So open yourself up to be a vessel of love and support, and stay in the present moment. Do not let your egoic mind run you. Okay. You want to be the one in control of it. And I'll leave you with this quick little advice that my acupuncturist gave me. He talked about flying a kite. He's like, Michelle, you're flying a kite. He's like, is the kite flying you? Are you blowing in the wind with it and leaving the ground with it? Meaning, is your ego and other people and life kind of taking you with them? Or are you grounded, feet planted on the ground? You're holding the kite and you're dictating where it's going, and you're allowing the wind to move it, which is God and source, but you're still grounded in the process. It's a beautiful balance of both. So I want to invite you to think about that in your life. Where are you being taken by life and being a rag doll? And where are you being grounded and staying in the present moment, trusting the wind will take the kite where it's meant to go at just the right time? I'm sending you so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. If you need help, I run a mentorship. It is open right now. We work together once a week for 6 weeks. It is discounted right now, $500 off. So click the link in the comments to join. I would love to see you in there. I hope you have a fabulous day. And thank you so much for supporting me, my daughter, and our channel. All right, lovies. See ya.